States of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. As we can see, there are three states of matter we're going to discuss today. We're going to find out about their properties and why they have those specific properties. Let's talk about solids. Solids are structurally rigid. They have definite shape and volume. Their particles vibrate but do not flow, and they're not easily compressible. What does that all mean? Well, when we think about the particles of a solid, we should think of them as tightly packed together in a specific arrangement, and this arrangement does not change. So the particles are vibrating, but they are right next to each other, and they're not going anywhere. So here we have a 4x4 arranged particles together, and those particles are packed tightly together, which give it its definite shape and volume, and that makes it resistant to changes in both that shape or volume. So that's why it's not easily compressible. I can't easily change its shape or size. So some examples are books, TV, computers, even the table that you might be working at. So these particles vibrate even though we can't see it, and they maintain a structurally rigid structure so that they can have a definite shape and volume. Then what happens to liquids? Liquids particles are able to flow. That's what gives them a definite volume, but they take the shape of their container. So their particles, instead of just being arranged in a specific order, they're close together, but they're not packed as tightly anymore, and they don't have a specific arrangement. So they are more free-flowing. So when you think of liquids, you probably think of something that flows, and that's true about its particles. Now, that means it does have a definite volume, so you can only have a certain amount of it, but it takes the shape of its container. So imagine if I put water from a pitcher to a cup, it's only going to fill up to as much water as I want it to fill up because of definite volume, but it's going to take the shape of the cup that I put it in. So these are much more easily compressible than a solid. But let's find out about gases. Gases consist of very spread out particles. So instead of being close together, they are free flowing, but they are also moving a little bit faster than liquids particles, and they're spread far apart. So their particles are moving far apart from each other. This means they do not have a defined volume or a defined shape. So this means they take the shape and volume. Not just the shape like liquids do, but the shape and volume of the container that it's in. So that means it is easily compressible. I can easily make it a different shape or volume. And liquids, though, are a little bit less compressible than solids because there is that definite volume they have. So remember, each of these relates to the particles that are part of the solids, liquids, and gases, and how far tightly packed in together they are. Remember, solids, definite shape and volume, structurally rigid, and particles vibrate but don't flow. Liquids, a little bit more easily compressible because their particles flow and have definite volume. Gases take the shape of and volume of the container because their particles are so spread out.